over the Christmas period, I've decided to go for 100% for the Deluxe Remaster of Dead Rising. And it's not because I thought the achievements would be like, I don't know, an actual achievement. I've heard the achievements are way easier than they were in the original game. So going for the 100% wasn't exactly a difficult time. But the reason I wanted to do it is I just wanted an excuse to do another playthrough. So that's exactly what I did, because obviously I beat it when it came out. And I just kind of turned it off and left it. I thought it was kind of cool, but that was about it. But I thought, you know, I need to spend a bit more time with it before I really say anything about this game, because, you know, there's some hate for this game online. I've noticed some people love it and some people cannot stand it. And obviously it all comes down to censorship, changes from the original game. And I've seen a few videos on this where they're yapping about how you can't take photographs of girls' skirts, certain characters are wearing a bit more clothing, some characters have been outright changed, and others say certain things that weren't said in the original, or don't say certain things that were said in the original. You know, I guess it depends on which angle you're coming at that from. But what they fail to bring up is all of the improvements that this version brings to the table. It has way better control from start to finish. Frank controls like a dream now. All cutscenes, all interactions, all radio calls are all voice acted now. So there is no longer reading text on the screen. You just listen to the character explain everything that you want to hear. Even when you go meet survivors, they talk to you now. They don't just like, there's no text on the screen. You're not waiting for the text to get off the screen either. It's at your pace now. There's a skip button. That is an absolute godsend. That speeds up Dead Rising's bloat, if you will. The pace of this version compared to the other version of the game is absolutely insane. You will glide through this. I was at certain points in the game thinking that they'd changed survivor locations, the timing of certain events, because of how fast I was flying through everything. But what it all is just an accumulation of all the different aspects adding up. Frank's movement's quicker, you can skip time now, AI isn't as stupid, so they actually run and follow you and don't run and headbutt zombies. You're not going to be stood at the air duct waiting for the characters to climb up onto the ledge. There's a ramp there now, so they just come straight up, straight into the event, and you're through. There's so many different improvements to this version of the game that when I see people yapping about censorship about this game, it's true. The game has been censored. Things have been changed for the whole 2024 audience, or in this case 2025 audience, but to completely brush off all the other improvements, like even the idea that you roll now with the B button or circle on PlayStation, that is a godsend. You don't flick the stick in twice in one direction. The mini chainsaws has been nerfed too, so now you can't just kind of get hold of them and just spam to win. Sure, they're still good, but I feel like the guns are even better. They auto-lock, as you can tell, on zombies, and it's a bit overpowered, a bit overkill. But again, they run on ammo. They haven't got infinite ammo. But when you do certain things in this game, you unlock extra features that the original doesn't have. You've got the blender. You get a book to read where it lets you put certain items in the blender to get combo weapons, kind of like Dead Rising 2, etc. But it doesn't outright state what you're going to get, so you're just kind of like experimenting with it, finding new little things. I'm sure there's a list at this point explaining every little item that combos into whatever. You've got another book that gives you infinite ammo, so the guns can last forever, and that really helps in the 7-Day Survivor. 7-Day Survivor is now an absolute joke. It's no longer a play your Xbox 360 for 14 hours straight without any breaks. It's now play it for maybe 2.5 hours and blitz it. It's actually kind of fun. When I got the 7-day achievement, I automatically ran into zombies and let them kill me just to end it. That'll tell you all you need to know. I could have kept going. It was actually kind of fun. I'm kind of curious how long I could keep going, because you can actually suspend it now. You can save it. Now, keep in mind, you die, you're still going back to the start. You load in, it actually deletes your save. So it's not like you can just load back that save. But if you are playing 7 Days Survivor and you're trying to get the achievement and then something happens and you need to leave, you know, like humans, you can. You suspend it, you walk away. So that is a big improvement too. There's so many little things with this game. Like I said about the voice acting too, where the whole thing's voice acted now. So even characters that didn't have voices before have them now. But also the entire cast was redone. And this part's a little bit hit and miss. On one hand, the one that I was worried about the most, I actually think he's done a really good job. Frank West, I couldn't tell you the guy who's voicing him in this one. But honestly, I have no problem with the guy. He's done a spot-on job, and it took me maybe a couple of hours, and I was like, sounds like Frank West to me. I had absolutely no issue with this guy playing him. Brad, on the other hand, he really didn't click with me. I don't know what it is. Maybe you will later playthroughs. I don't know if this is one of those things where, because I've played the original so much that like I can't help but hear the original voices, if you know what I mean. I'm comparing them constantly and I can't help it. But Brad was one that stuck out to me where it didn't sound right compared to the original. I don't know, the lines weren't delivered the same. Some of the lines have been changed as well. Like you see in the boss fight here where what's he called? Is it Cliff or something? His name was just on the screen. He doesn't mention the Viet Cong or anything like that. I can't remember what he says, but it's just like, why have we changed that? That is some silly censorship. Like, listen, I can understand why they changed the idea that Frank takes photos of upskirts. I get it. I really do. I understand that. But why can't that guy be like a Vietnam veteran? Like, why? He can't be crazy, no? I don't get it. I really don't understand the need to change that. I really don't. So some of the censorship just doesn't work for me. I really can't see where you're coming from. But whatever, it's just one of those political nonsense things that we've got to deal with in this day and age where video games are concerned. I'm not going to tell anyone to boycott the game or don't play it because of this, and this. It's just one of those things that happens in game, right? But at the end of the day, this is a superb version of Dead Rising. When I recommend the original Dead Rising, I always tell people it's a superb game, but understand it's a product of its time. It's janky, it's unfair, the AI is atrocious. It can take some getting used to. The zombies can be unforgiving. But stick with it and you'll learn to have a good time, because I feel like it's a learning experience. I really don't feel like you need to say anything with this game. If you recommend Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster to someone, you just say it. It's Dead Rising, it's really good. Enjoy. They even added in a super easy mode, which I disagree with. Because the game, to me personally, was already super easy, but I don't know if that's because like I'm a Dead Rising veteran at this point and it's just kind of like, meh, I can fly through this game. But can we get a hardcore mode, Capcom? Did we really need that casual mode? Listen, if you like playing your games on easy, you do you. I ain't judging that shit. I used to do it back in the day when I didn't have enough time. I just be like, screw this, I'm playing this on easy. I want to see the story and turn the game off and never look at it again. I really didn't care. Now, I don't do that anymore. Really don't know why with some games. I really should just knock that difficulty down because I can't be arsed with it. But I would like a hard mode for this game, if I'm being honest, because it is extremely easy for me. And obviously that's twofold. That's just better control, better AI that's causing that. The jank from Dead Rising is long gone. And instead we've just got a really fun, replayable game that's absolutely superb. And honestly, it was probably my favorite game last year, if I'm being perfectly honest. Even though it's a remake, remaster, hybrid thing, and you shouldn't really give it that kind of like treatment where saying it's your favorite game of 2024. It probably was, because it's still Dead Rising and it's just been given a fresh coat of paint. It looks superb. Graphics are insane. It is what it is. I could have done with certain things not being done, but the control, the AI, the time skipping, the 7-day survivor actually being fun now, extra unlocks, more costumes, voice acting on the radio. There's a lot, and I mean a lot of improvements on the original game. But again, it's kind of hard for me to just be like, oh, it's better than the original. I can't turn the nostalgia off for that original game. I've played it too many times. But for now, I would highly recommend you play Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster because it's absolutely superb, and I really don't need to explain why. It's just awesome. Seriously, if you've ever been curious about Dead Rising, Deluxe Remaster is where you should start. Trust me. Anyway, people, that's all I've got. Have you got all the achievements, the trophies, the platinums for the Deluxe Remaster? Do you plan on doing it? Do you want to play Dead Rising if you played the original? Do you absolutely hate censorship and you refuse to play this game? Let me know down below. But I just wanted to get my quick thoughts out on this because I feel like some people are being really unfair with this version of the game, and it's just, I don't know. I'm just being me, I guess. Anyway, that's all I got. I'll catch you later.